And ladies and gentlemen, we would like to welcome you to the first episode in the first season of F.A.D. Flight Attendant Debriefing with Vegas. Let's welcome in Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. All right. What's up, everybody? How you doing? We're gonna switch over to this screen right here. How you doing? Everybody? Welcome in. It's been a pleasure. Yes. This is our first episode of Flight Attendant Debriefing. And we're just going to chill out and relax, and we're going to discuss today. And we're going to bring our music back up in here because we just want to relax. We want to relax. So chill out with the music and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Vibe with me. Vibe with me today. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to turn this up a little bit right here. Yes. All right. Here we go. That's a little better. Hopefully there's no back and forth on that. But hold on. I think we can. It is what it is. But hopefully this works out just fine. Everything like that. This is our first episode. We know what we're doing. We're trying new things, and we're in the hotel. So this is also a hotel stream. Let's get it right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get it right. But yeah, I just wanted to come in and try something new, try something different, try giving you something a little bit more flexed into that thing. You know what I'm saying? Actually, turn this down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that might be it. We don't want it to be all over the mic and stuff like that. So we'll try that out. We'll think this is probably a little bit better. Anyways, we definitely need to get some new lighting in here and everything like that. But we're using the hotel lights inside the hotel, so it's not all that great, but it works. All right, it works. Let me put a little. Let's see. That's like this side's a little bit long. Okay, we might work with something. All right, well, a little workaround. There we go. That might work just right for us. But yeah. So welcome in and everything like that. We just want to make sure everybody's comfortable, chilled out. This is gonna be chilled out little podcast. We're not gonna have it long. We're not gonna be one of those long type of podcasts. We're gonna be kind of short. Sometimes we might go for an hour, but you know what I'm saying. A lot of times they're probably gonna be about 20 minutes because most of the time I want it to be shown on YouTube. So welcome into my YouTubers, and I'm gonna try to figure out just to do exclusive on YouTube on this, but we'll figure it out. Anyways, yeah. So I'm just wanted to go over, I wanted to go over my day because it was kind of new, kind of weird, and it's, the end of the year. A lot of things happen. A lot of flights. A lot of people moving from left to right, right and left, north and south, and all that stuff. So let's talk about it. For those who don't know me, and this is your first time seeing me, my name is Vegaz. I'm a flight attendant for a U.S. carrier, and usually I don't look this raggedy rook, but you know what I'm saying, it's time to get my hair done. I got to get my braids redone. I need to shave a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to make it, you know what I'm saying. I kind of look, let me just go ahead and be real with you. I'm gonna be real with you. I actually just woke up. I was supposed to do this like hours ago, but I just woke up, and I'm on a layover, and my day started for work at 4:30 in the morning Central Standard Time, because I'm based in Dallas Fort Worth. But my name is Vegas. I'm a U.S. carrier flight attendant. I'm based in Dallas, Fort Worth, and so if those who know airlines and which airlines have bases where and there, you kind of can shrink down what airline I work for. But we're not gonna go there. We're just gonna tell because we just a lot of times you'll know a lot of the people who do videos for as flight attendants usually don't say who they work for, and that's just to protect themselves, and that's a good thing. So don't worry about it. A lot of this stuff goes across airlines, so you kind of differentiate for you between each and everything. But here we go. I've been a flight attendant for 12 years. Um, Same airline, and um, it's been a roller coaster. It's been a ride and everything like that. But we started off today at 4:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we had three flights today. Um, and it started off from Dallas to Orlando, Orlando to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and then back to Orlando. And it started off with a kind of a bang. Um, so I got to work. I was on time. You know what I'm saying? I was there about a half hour early. Um, I was there trying to get my. I'm supposed to get my new badge for next year, for the next 2 years actually. But there's no supervisors in the crew rooms no more. And that's what it seems like everything's going automated. You know what I'm saying? But some things are still physical, and you still need those uh, person to person handoffs. So there was nobody in the crew room to give me my badge, so I proceeded to check in, and come to find out, I'm in the wrong terminal now. And it's not that I'm in the wrong terminal; it's just that the aircraft is in another terminal that we usually do not go out of. It was actually the plane was parked in the international terminal, so that meant I had to go from the terminal where my airline usually goes out of, and can't go over to the other terminal, which is not a small feat. It can be, depending on the train. If you've been in Dallas Fort Worth, you kind of know none of the terminals are connected. You can't walk to them. You have to take a train, which is called the Skylink. And so usually, sometimes, most days, every day during the day, there's a train. The train goes both ways, so it doesn't take a lot of time to go to wherever terminal you need to go to. And with the terminal, the international terminal being the very next terminal on the line, it shouldn't take me more than 5 minutes to get over there, right? So I'll walk over to the Skylink. It's now about 4:15, I believe. I think it was 4:15, and I get up there to the top where the Skylink goes out of, and there's only one train running. And I kind of understand this because it happens every morning. They only use one train, but usually it's the train that goes the direction I need to go. That would only take me 5 minutes to get to the terminal. But this morning, the train was not going that way. It was going the opposite way, and that meant it was going to take about a 15-20 minute ride because it had to go to all the terminals, and every terminal has two stops. All right. And so that meant going all the way around the airport. And I was going to be at like literally, if I went the other way, it would be just one stop. But since I had to go the opposite way, I had to go through every stop in the airport. So it took me a while. And I'm sitting there, I was like, oh, I'll still make it. I'll be on time and everything, no problem. But then I started thinking about my passengers. I was like, they're going to be stuck because security lines are already long. It's a holiday. It's early morning. All these flights going out, and they still got to go from one terminal to the other one. And there's only one train running, and it's going in the opposite direction. It's not going to look good for a lot of people. So that was the first thing that was like, oh, this might not be a good day. This starting to trip off kind of rocky. Um, luckily, I knew all the crew members that I was working with and everything like that. They're pretty cool. I like them, no problem. They've been here for a while. Um, they've been here, over 5 years, so no worries on them. So I know they know what they need to do and how to do it. And they're pretty good workers, and no problem with that. So when I'm working in the middle of the cabin. Um, I'm not the most junior. I'm not the most senior. Actually, I was the second most senior person on the trip, but since it's a whole that's a whole nother story. We'll get on to that in some other episodes and everything like that. We have a lot of information, a lot of stuff to discuss in these new podcasts that we're doing on this F.A.D. Okay, F.A.D with Vegaz, baby. Um, but yeah, we get to boarded up everybody and started to take off going to Orlando. Everything seems Gucci and everything like that. Um, and if you guys are watching on YouTube, uh, the the little chat bot over there, oh, it's actually on this side right here. The little chat bot on that side is indicative to the chat. So since I'm streaming also on live on Twitch as well, you might see some crazy stuff where it's some Pokemon stuff or whatever, but yeah, we were taking off. Good stuff, no problems. Um, actually, our captain decided to dress up as Santa Claus and act like he was doing his practice runs for Christmas. Um, so that was kind of hilarious and kind of annoying at the same time because he's blaring music. Um, not blaring music, but you can hear the music if I had to call up to the front and everything. I'm like, is that music playing? That's okay, whatever. So we take off. And as flight attendants, we're able to get up out of our jump seats at 10,000 feet. That's when it's safe, for the most part, safe for us as workers, as flight attendants, to be able to get up. Remember that flight attendants are able to get up. Passengers, not yet, because we're still in the climbing stages. We've been trained on how to, work into this area of flight where we're still climbing, but we're not at cruise altitude. We still have about 20,000 feet to go, and everything like that. So, I'm sitting in my jump seat. 10,000 bell comes on. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? No rush. It's over a 2 hour flight. I think it was 2 hours and 19. Actually, you know what? I can see. Actually, it was 2 hours flat. It was a 2 hour flight exactly, from Dallas to Orlando. And so I'm sitting there. It's like, okay, we're probably not gonna do service right away, but we're gonna do it soon. I was like, so I have some time. I'll have to get up right away. So I'm gonna wait a little bit, and I'm sitting there, and the call bell goes off. Okay, maybe I'm like, it's dark. It's morning. Maybe they just accidentally hit it, trying looking for the reading light, or the reading light is on and they don't know which one. I don't understand that. Like, how can you not tell the difference between a reading light and a flight attendant call button? The flight attendant call button has a flight attendant on it, but anyways, that's not the case on this one. So the person hit the flight attendant call button. It's a little bit in front, towards the front. I'm a little bit more towards the back. I'm in the mid cabin, but in the back of the mid cabin. And so this call bell is closer to the person who's in the mid cabin up front. And they go and answer it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about it because I know they're closer. They're only like 2 rows away from it. And then all of a sudden I hear the bell go off 3 more times. I'm like, what's going on? I was like, okay, maybe she just hit it a couple times or whatever and hit it one too many times. I was like, no problem. I said, but let me take a look just in case, because that's kind of suspicious. So I look, I get out of my jump seat, I turn around, and I look, and as soon as I start looking, she starts calling for medical assistance. I'm like, we haven't even got to our cruising altitude, and we already need. All right, cool, no problem. So I start going up there to where she's at, and she being the other flight attendant. Um, and I go, I'm sitting there trying to figure out what's going on, and um, on the way up to her, she's coming towards me because there's a guy raising his hand saying that he's a medical um, personnel. What's up, Boss Limelight? What up, man? What up? What up? What up? Welcome into the first season, first episode of the F.A.D. Flight Attendant Debriefing. Little podcast we trying to start up, man. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm walking up, and so the guy says he's a medical professional, and we're like, cool. We need your help with this person up here. I don't even know who it is yet because I haven't made it up to that seat yet. So I walk up there, and I'm walking behind the medical professional. He says he's a doctor. Okay, cool, no problem. Um, he walks up there. He starts checking the pulse, seeing the guy. This guy is a is not sitting in the seat no more. He's facing backwards, but kind of still on the floor and in the seats. And it's like, okay, what's going on with you, sir? And like, what's going on? And it it just it just escalated from there. And then all of a sudden, it's what in the world is going on? And the doctor is over there saying we need to get him out of the seat and into the floor in the aisle. Okay, we can do that. The guy is not mobile, so that means we have to pick him up, pull him in. It's becoming a scary situation now because you don't know what's going on. You kind of know what's going on, but you don't know what's going on. Like now we're like, why are we pulling him out in the aisle? What's going on? Is he breathing? Is he conscious? Because I'm behind him. I'm behind the doctor, so I can't really assess what's going on. But the other flight attendant, she's in front. She can see what's going on. So we have this medical emergency and everything like that. That's going on, and it seems real scary at the time. But as flight attendants, we got to keep a cool head and see, assess the situation that's going on. Make sure everything's okay. Make sure that we can give the assistance that we can. And we have like at the same time we got to fill out paperwork while we're doing this, so we can hand it to the pilots so they can call a medical assistant on the ground to give us information on what we should be doing next and whether or not we need to land the plane. The guy becomes conscious from what I can see. I don't think he ever lost consciousness. He might have lost consciousness. I can't remember. I have, after this, I still have to write my report. But he's sitting there talking. But I can, when I was trying to help the doctor get him into the aisle, he was very sweaty. The guy was sweaty, and I'm like, okay, this is a bad situation. You're sweaty, but come to find out, the guy, he, I guess he had he became nauseated and had a bad reaction to an egg salad sandwich. I guess he had 8, and it must have been really bad because it just, yeah, it tore him up. It tore him up. So it was not a medical emergency to where we needed to divert and head back to Dallas. It was just we needed somebody to make sure this guy was going to be okay. He ended up being a little dehydrated, and everything like that. So no problem. Yeah, No egg sandwiches. Yo, definitely not. Yo, I'm like, if I'm having egg sandwiches, it better be a egg sandwich from McDonald's. Oh, but he, we kept him hydrated, kept him cool. Of course, he had to change clothes. He was there with his wife, so his wife helped him clean himself up, change his clothes and everything like that. In the lab, so that was the first thing. But that was the end. It wasn't the end of everything. That wasn't the end of the biohazard for this flight. That was we only 20 minutes into the flight and we already got a biohazard going on. And so we're like, okay, so I everything seems cool, everything's good, everything's under control, gentleman's okay. I go back to the back of the plane, I start doing service. We do service and everything like that, right? And then I go to the back to put the cart away and everything like that. And then I'm like, all right, let me go do trash. I'm doing trash. I'm picking up trash, saying from people who bought stuff and everything, or bought stuff at the airport and needed to bring. And I get to the front, all right? I get to the front of the plane, and I see the very first row passengers. They have a bag of our coffee, a bag, not a coffee made, but saying how you have your coffee bags and it has coffee in it. Is we put it inside the machine and the brews. They have that in between their seats, and I'm like looking at like, why do they have a bag of our coffee? I don't understand what's going on. I was like, okay, maybe it was a little funky up here because we sent the gentleman up to the front to get cleaned up and change inside that front lavatory. Maybe that's the problem. Understandable, because coffee kind of like alleviates the smell. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. In row two, right behind this people in row one, there was a lap child who was puking. That was just vomiting constantly. I don't know how many times this baby threw up. Do not know. But that baby was throwing up a lot. More than the child on The Exorcist. And it was crazy. Like, I think we gave them probably 5 bags. Like 5 trash bags. Like we didn't even give them sick bags. We gave them trash bags. So they can put the baby's clothes in, the cleanup stuff. I'm like, stop. What is this kid? What did y'all feed this kid? I don't understand. Is that Similac spoiled something? It was crazy. So I understood why the people in the first row had a bag of coffee. So this is all flight now. I'm like, this is too much. This is too much for the front. This is too much for the first flight. This is too much for everything. This is crazy. So it became wild. It was a wild first flight of the day. But you got to turn around, put a smile on, and keep going trucking, right? Because that's what we are. We're in the customer service business. We got to do this. So we get to Orlando, and we warned the cleaners. We warned them, like, look, y'all gonna have some cleaning to do. First and foremost, lavatory in the front. It's got you got to clean it good because biohazard. We don't know what the man hit, what the man touched, and anything. We closed the lavatory after he came out because he went in there and it wasn't a pretty sight. So make sure you clean. Make sure you disinfect that bathroom really, really good, like it was a brand new bathroom. You need to do row two. You need to clean and disinfect row two because the baby was vomiting all flight, all 2 hours of the flight. 2 hours of flight, kid was vomiting. It was on the floor. You gotta make sure you clean the seats and everything. Then we need you to go back to row 13. You gotta go back to row 13 and clean up row 13 because that's where the gentleman had his medical emergency where he was not feeling good with his egg salad sandwich because everything happened there before he went to the laboratory to clean up. So it was a lot of cleaning. So good deal. You know what I'm saying? That was just the first flight. Mama, you got two more flights for today. So um, we're like, all right, cool. We got two more flights. Half of the crew gets off because they're going from Orlando to Boston, and they find out their flight's delayed, so they're going to be in. They had to be on Orlando a little bit longer than they wanted to be. Um, we get me and the other flight attendant. We get another part of the crew come in, and the first thing they did when they walked on, they was like, "Do do 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 do." Oh yeah, we're getting audited. Are you serious? We now after we have to deal with biohazard flight, I got to deal with. We got to impress a, I guess, supervisor, or not a supervisor, but an auditor who's doing a check ride on us. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, all right. I'm like, whatever. I've been in this game for long enough. I was like, I'm looking at him. I'm like, bro, I know you. He's like, yeah, yeah, how you doing? I was like, yeah. I was like, all right. I was like, so we doing these again? He's like, yeah, we doing it. It's like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I ain't worried about it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that trained you how to be a check rider. And he's like, well, no, I only had like one check ride, and it was like with such and such. And I was like, yeah, I taught him. And that was the thing. I was like, I taught him. So I go ahead, and he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I walk to the back, and it was like the other three flight attendants that came on, they're kind of new. So this is a new process for them. And me, the other flight attendant, we're like, man, whatever. We're good. We know what's going on. So they're coming up and like, do we need to do this? I'm like, do your job. If you do your job, you're good. You ain't gotta worry about it. If you know how to do your job, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And so one of them's like, they got to read a certain announcement, and they're like, oh my god, they changed the announcement. I'm like, yeah, they did. I was like, she's like, do I have to do it? I was like, you can do it if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you know what I'm saying, that's up to you. Now the flight from Orlando to Myrtle Beach was only 58 minutes. Now according to our manual, we do not have to do a full service. We can do what we call an expedited service. And that means we do not have to pull out the cart. We can just walk up through the aisle and be like, hey, does anybody would like to get anything, purchase anything, and blah blah. Most times on these short flights, most people don't. There'll be one or two people that might want coffee since it's early in the morning, or they might want water. And so she pulls out the cart. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, what? We gotta do service. I'm like, yeah, but according to our manual, we don't have to do full service. She's like, but I'm sorry, I had to get a water. She's like, but he's here, and I'm like, and I was like, we got to do our job, and our job tells us we do not have to pull out the cart. I was like, but if you want to, if you feel better doing it, we can pull out the cart. She's like, yeah. So we pulled out the cart. I was like, man, all right, whatever. And we did all that, and we pulled out the cart, and we did actually do some service. People wanted some stuff, and everything like that, and came back, and I did trash. It was a very easy flight compared to the first flight, um and everything. And I said, it was funny because I was in charge of an exit row, and it's so crazy. Now I don't know if people know this, but the exit row is a privilege. Okay, it's not like any other seat on the aircraft, um, where you get assigned, or whatever, you get to sit there or whatever. Um, it's a privilege. There's some rules and regulations that have to be abided by for sitting in the exit row. Okay? All right, we're in the exit row. In the exit row. We're sitting in the exit row. In the exit row. In the exit row. In the exit row. We're sitting in the exit row. In the exit row. In the exit row. We're sitting in the exit row. In the exit row. In the exit row. In the exit row. Alright, so I'm in charge of one of the exit rows. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at my seat chart. I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to have one person in this exit row. And I have their information. I was like, hi, such and such, how you doing? Good, good. Thank you for choosing to be my, being, volunteering to be part of my exit row. Thank you very much. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna need you to read this safety card real quick. Hey, how you doing? Perfect, great, great. And who are you? Oh, okay. And where are you supposed to be sitting? Oh, dude, literally said, I don't know. I was like, look, well, let's find out. Reach in his pocket. I'll try to act all slow, like, reach in his pocket. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to be sitting up front. Uh, if you please go ahead and make your way up front to your assigned seat. He's like, I can't sit here. I was like, what? No. I was like, we really like you to sit in your assigned seat. We're not a very full flight. I was like, but if you do want to sit here, we can make that arrangement. It's going to be a cost for sitting in this seat. And such and such. And he was like, but I just can't sit here. No, I'm sorry. I do apologize. But these seats are for purchase. These are upgraded seats. Would you like to upgrade your seat? And he just like didn't even say nothing after that. Just stood up. He was already just stood up and made his way to his seat. Okay, thank you very much. Don't just go sitting in the extra row, people. Just because you want to. If you want to sit there, purchase an extra row seat. I guarantee it's cheaper to purchase it when you buy your ticket or when you talk to the gate agent. But once you get on the plane, and this is for every airline, once you get on the plane, that price of that extra row goes up. So take them in, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead. You can try it. You can try it. But it's better if you just go ahead and buy it. It makes less of a hassle for you and less hassle for us. So, that was cool, Second flight was all right. It was cool, cool, and compensated, you know what I'm saying? Got there, got the people off, got the people back on, headed back to Orlando. Flight was going to be 1 hour and 10 minutes. Did service. These people wanted something. I guess they've been, didn't eat breakfast in the morning, so we, did a little service. Little egos and muffins and coffee and some waters and sodas and stuff like that. We did all that service. Got to Orlando and kind of tired. And for some reason, these other 3 flight attendants were just, I don't know, I don't know what they were doing. They were just like, we gotta go. I'm like, calm down. We're all going to the same place. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna make it. But they were just trying to rush. And I'm like, y'all can't go nowhere without us. Anyway, what up, Fathom? Welcome in. How you doing? Welcome into the season 1, episode 1 of F.A.D, Flight Attendant Debriefing with Vegaz. That's what we're doing today. This is our brand new podcast, so we're trying to start up and doing it. It's good to hear. Good. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're doing. Yeah. So, yeah, we're just talking about our day today as a flight attendant today. It was kind of hectic and everything like that. Um, but what? Yeah, it ended up being pretty good. We got to the hotel, and like I said, I was supposed to try to do this podcast earlier today, probably like 5 o'clock today or so. But I got in here. I ate my sandwich. I ate a sandwich. I made me a sandwich. I made me a turkey and pepper jack sandwich, and ate some Cheetos, and that was my little lunch. And then yeah, I am. Well, cause I just woke up. So after I had my sandwich, I was sitting here and I was prepping. I got the PC together and everything, and I was sitting here doing this, and I was like, I need to make this. I need to do this real quick. I'm gonna change this scene and everything, and then I was like, I'm getting tired. I think I'm gonna just lay down for a little bit, and I lay down, and I didn't wake up until not too long ago. So um, eh, yeah, it's yeah, it's kind of late now. Like I said, so I fell asleep and I just woke up, and we're doing this now. So I was like, I'm gonna get this out and do it. Little quick episode, for the first episode of F.A.D. Um, just give you a gist of what happened today and everything like that. So I hope you guys like that. And it's just some quick. We're gonna try to do this a little bit more often, especially uh uh when we're in our hotels and everything. So like just to get a debrief, what I'm saying? Just like kind of like chill out for the day after working all day. I might do another one tomorrow. Who knows? Don't know. We're not sure. We only got 2 flights tomorrow. We got to go to Boston and back down to Orlando. And then on day 3, we fly back to Dallas. And for some reason, I don't know why I did this to myself, but this week I'm working Monday through Friday. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know. I don't usually, as a flight attendant, I don't do that, but we're doing that this week. But we don't know. It seems everything seems cool, calm, and collective. So we might stay up a little bit later after we finish this and get on some video games. So that's my main jib right there, is just playing some video games. So we might play some video games after we finish this. We're gonna close it up and come back later, probably another 15-20 minutes after we close this up. So yeah, you was just talking about someone starting a podcast. Hey, it's the thing to do. It's the thing to do. You know what I'm saying? We got different opinions, we got different thoughts and stuff like that. You never know. It is late. It is late. It is late. But yeah, I want to thank everybody that came in and chilled out and watched me, showed some love and everything like that. But that's it for today. That was my day today. Um, Working 3 flights from Dallas to Orlando, Orlando to Myrtle Beach, Myrtle Beach back to Orlando. Great day. Kind of complicated and hectic at the beginning, but it ended well. And now we're just chilling. I don't have to fly out until tomorrow afternoon, and everything. So I'm gonna drink some more water because I know I'm probably dehydrated, and and everything like that. So we'll see what's coming up. I'm thinking about doing some a brand new video game tonight, or even playing some what's it called? 7 Days to Die. And be on the lookout for the next episode coming up soon. We don't know when. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe another day. Another meeting next week. We don't know. But we'll try to keep these going. But keep on the lookout. We might do it on a weekly. We might do twice a week. We don't know. But we'll do something. All right. Thank you once again. We appreciate you. And we're going to be out of here. Peace.